And welcome back, beautiful people. It's your boy Blue, and not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful day for a VFR flight. We are here at Santa Barbara, California for our 8th of 11 VFR training flights. This is the CAT-08 rating. We'll be flying once again in the SR20 here out of Santa Barbara airport. So while we slowly zoom in over this beautiful scenery over here in Santa Barbara, one of my first flights in this area, looking forward to getting back into it. It's actually been a month since our last VFR training flight, and I'll explain about that more once we get in the air. But for now, let's go ahead and brief, and let's talk about what we are doing today. We are back here on Sky Vector for our route for today. Another VFR flight from Santa Barbara, as you can see on our top left, which is a Class Charlie, to Burbank, which is also a Class Charlie airport. So as you can tell by this magenta line around the airport, that's how you know that is a Class Charlie. It has to be solid, by the way. So both of these are Class Charlies. And so today's basically our objective is to fly from Santa Barbara to Burbank and inform ATC on initial contact that we are flying the CAT-08 rating. We'll be requesting flight following for this flight today, and we need to make sure that we meet all the CAT rating practical test standards. Airspace review real quick for you guys about Class Charlie. We talked about this last flight for the CAT-7, but we'll talk about it again for a refresher for you newbies. So Class Charlie is an airspace located around larger airports where arrival and departure sequencing is required. To operate in a Class Charlie airspace, you must have a working mode Charlie transponder at established two-way radio communication by contacting air traffic control and having them reply with your call sign. That part right there is very important. So we'll be departing out of Santa Barbara. I keep forgetting the name of this place. And this is our frequency right here. 119.7 will be the tower, and our ADIS will be on 132.65, which we've already picked that up. We have information whiskey today. It's gonna be VFR flying, but we will be using GPS today. So it's a pretty straightforward flight. Only thing we really need to worry about today is one thing, and that is gonna be two things. There's two Class Delta airspaces right outside of Burbank, and it's this one right here, which is the Van Nuys airport. It's a small little Delta, and we also have the White Man. What a name! White Man Airport. Okay, where's the Black Man Airport? I'm just saying. Anyways, so as you can see, we have a 3,000 foot ceiling for these airspaces for both of them at 3,000. So we need to stay above 3,000 if we fly over the Van Nuys airport, or if we fly over the White Man airport. So I'm not sure what runway we're gonna get yet. We have 130 at 4 knots right now is the winds at Burbank right now, but we're in Santa Barbara, so I think the flight should take around 30 minutes or so. We'll see if that's the same when we get there. But we'll be told by tower where to land when we get there. So that is what the winds that is what the winds are today. I can't talk for some reason. So my plan is to kind of stay above 3,000 feet, 3,500 probably, if possible, when we fly over that. Actually, we'll be flying, to the east? Yes, so it'd be odd. It'd be odd 500, so it'd be at 3,500, or we could go south, but we also have this big old Los Angeles class Bravo we want to stay away from. So I'm pretty sure this ring right here is about 10 miles, maybe 20 miles. I think 10 miles from the center to this first ring, I think, and I could be wrong. I could actually hit it. We could add a little GPS point right here, and yeah, that's actually 5 miles is how big this inner ring is. So the airport is about probably 6 miles away. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that and continue. So that is our flight for today. Let's go ahead and get started, because I've been waiting a long time to do this flight, and I cannot wait to get done with our CAT rating. We only have a few flights to go, so let's hop back into the aircraft. So once again, back in the beautiful Cirrus SR20 by vFlyte. We'll be flying this aircraft for one more flight. We'll probably change it up in our next CAT-9 rating, but I want to do one more flight with it. I haven't really done a lot of flying with it lately, so hopefully we have a pretty good landing. Let's go ahead and go into the cockpit and get our first radio check with clearance in Santa Barbara. And we'll shut the door. Santa Barbara clearance delivery. Cirrus SR20 at a slant golf requesting flight following to Burbank at 7,500 with information whiskey. That's November 116 Bravo.
Cirrus 116 Bravo, Santa Barbara clearance. On departure, fly runway heading Maintain VFR at below 1500 until advised. Departure frequency 120.55. Squawk 7466 for the CAT-08.
Alright, on departure, runway heading. Maintain VFR at 1500. Departure 120.55. Squawking 7466 for the CAT-8 for November 116 Bravo.
November 116 Bravo, read back correct.
Alright, read back is correct. Cool, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, let's go into our squawk here. Go down to transponder code. That's going to be 7466. Back, and we'll go to... We don't want to go ident. We want to go to alt. And back. So we're flying runway heading. He didn't tell us what runway to expect though. He just said runway heading, so we'll expect that. We'll go ahead and change our altitude. Where is my altitude?
Kodiak 1 Lima Uniform, quick direct Gorman. Contact Los Angeles
Oh, it's
Central,
down here. So altitude down to up to
125.27.
1,500 feet. And I think he said at or below.
Kodiak 1 Lima Uniform, direct Gorman, Golf, Mike November.
And departure is going to be on 12055. So we're going to put that in here in COM 2. Oops. We're going to put that down here in COM 2 so that we can just kind of see it. For tower, we'll be expecting 11907, which is right here. We'll switch that over, and we're going to switch to
16 Los Angeles ground, safe position.
2055. So I kind of, COM 2 doesn't really work in this plane, so I just kind of set it down here just so that I can see it and remember what frequencies I have coming up.
Southwest
so right now we're tuned into clearance, which is 1329, and then we'll be going to 1217 for ground.
Southwest
And then we'll be going to 1197 for tower and 12055
Taxi
for
Charlie 5,
departure.
Bravo.
Makes sense to me. So I think that is all we need at the moment. We can go ahead and switch to ground on 121. Oops, hold on. We can switch. Oh, hold on. Switch that back. All right. Let's go to
Malibu 416
ground at
Juliet 2 Los Angeles
1217.
Center. IFR cancellation received. Have a good day.
We got our altimeter at 29905, which is the current weather that that I have in here right now. Not worried about speed. This thing does not get up to speed very quickly. And we are currently sitting in the South GA ramp. So that's what we'll let them know. Santa Barbara ground, November 116 Bravo at transient parking, ready to taxi.
November 116 Bravo, Santa Barbara ground, runway 25, taxi via Bravo Alpha Golf.
Runway 25, Bravo Alpha Golf, November 116 Bravo. This thing is such a quiet plane on the inside. Alright, so we're holding short at Golf on runway 25. Santa Barbara Tower, November 116 Bravo, holding short runway 25 at Golf.
November 116 Bravo, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff, winds 230 at 7.
Clear for takeoff, runway 25, November 116 Bravo. Alright, we are clear to take off. We got our landing lights and strobe lights on. We'll go flaps down a notch. We got our engine. We'll be monitoring the power, RPM, and all that stuff here on our right screen. We can always switch that back to what we had before. So taking off runway 25, he told us to fly runway heading, so we'll just fly runway heading until they tell us otherwise, and maintain at or below 1,500 feet. And that right now is all the information that we have. So let's get started. Power up. Right rudder. This thing is so quiet. Hear the tires screeching. Rotate. There's got to be a setting or something that I did wrong to make it this quiet. We're in the air though. Alright, fly runway heading. It's gonna be out 255 and heading. Got the beach on our left wing, mountains on our right wing.
Los Angeles Tower, Southwest 16, ready to take off.
And go flaps up. We got about 500 feet.
Southwest 16 Los Angeles Tower. Runway 25 right, RNAV to Docker, clear for takeoff. Wind 230 at 11.
Southwest 16, clear for takeoff, 25 right, RNAV Docker.
Doing my best to maintain about a 255 heading here as we fly runway heading.
November 116, Bravo, ready contact, contact departure.
Contacting departure. Have a good day. Alright, switching over to departure now as we try to level off. 12055 is what clearance gave us. Make sure we do not pass 1,500. Start leveling off right there. Departure November 116 Bravo at level at 1,500.
November 116 Bravo, Santa Barbara departure, turn left heading 150, resume appropriate VFR altitudes.
Left 150 for blue. November 116 Bravo. I almost hit the wrong call sign.
November 116 Bravo, resume appropriate VFR altitudes.
Will resume appropriate VFR altitudes. November 116 Bravo.
November 16 Bravo, resume on navigation.
On navigation, November 116 Bravo.
Southwest 16, contact local departure.
Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on our flight plan, which is going to be to our left. I'm just going to start our climb and try to climb up to 7,500. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. As you can see, we can already see the beach off our left wing there. Now we're flying to the south. And I'm kind of following our... we did set a GPS coordinates and whatnot, or waypoints, so we do have that little yellow marker, or sorry, the little pink marker here is our GPS telling us which way to go, so I'm kind of following that right now, as well as watching out for traffic. Little boat down there, little cruise ship.
Saratoga 5191, Circle approach, good morning, say request.
Perfect day to do this. I remember I've attempted this flight like 7 times, no kidding. So now I can tell you guys why I've been so frustrated. So it's been a month now, almost a month, probably a month now, since I've done the CAT-7, and it's not because I've just been lazy and didn't feel like doing it. It's actually because I've had so many different technical difficulties. From internet, I had to have internet people come over to upgrade my internet. Power outages. One time I tried doing it, it just was really bad weather, and I like to do real weather, like real world weather. And one of the days I tried to do this flight, it was literally like overcast at 500 AGL. So I was like, you know what, I'll just wait. But the bigger issue is Windows had an update, and I don't know what it did, because before, when I was doing my CAT ratings from 1 to 7, I had no issue. No issue at all.
2716.
And one day I got on here and was trying to do it, and I could hear ATC, but they could not hear me. I was calling and nothing. I mean, I wasn't just like spamming, but I was calling and no response. And I thought, okay, maybe they're just busy, so I'll just, leave it alone for a bit. Maybe they're just busy. No, they were not just busy. So I've been worried about it, not worried about it, but I've been working on it, trying to figure out what was wrong, you know, going to the forums. I asked on Discord a couple times, and I got a couple answers, but they didn't really work for me.
16, so-called departure, Roger, climbing, maintain
Beautiful view over there off the
15,000.
left wing of the SoCal coast. But yeah, it was very, very frustrating because, as you guys know,
American
Pilotedge
12
is,
did not catch his
you know, there's a
spot,
free
sorry.
trial,
Verify
which
squawk
I've done,
2716.
I've gone through, but it's not free. So I was
American
getting more
12
frustrated
feedback,
because I'm
correct.
paying for this service, and I have not been able to figure it out. Like you know, a month went by, and I was paying my, you know, payment for Pilotedge again, and I was getting upset because I couldn't get it to work. But eventually, one of the guys with Pilotedge did help me, and I finally got it figured out. Matter of fact, that was today, the day I recorded this video.
Talk, log 3 miles, crossing right to left, altitude
So,
indicates 5,700 and decreasing.
I'm just so happy to finally have it, and I've been wanting. I've been really enjoying this series. I really enjoy flying on Pilotedge. So not only have I not been able to continue the series of the CAT ratings, but I have not been able to fly on Pilotedge at all
16,
because I
contact Los
had my
Angeles
audio.
Center,
You know, it's not like VetSim where
125.27.
you could, if you have audio issues, you can still text chat. It's not like that at all. You have to actually, like, it's required to get on here and talk on voice. You can't. There is no text chat. So yeah, I'm happy to finally get that over with. I was so happy. I felt so accomplished when I finally got that figured out. Now we're back here doing our CAT-08, so I'm excited to get this done.
Southwest 16, Los Angeles Center, Roger, climbing, maintain flight level 230.
Beautiful mountains off of our left wing. You can just barely see Santa Barbara out there, way back there. Way back there. You can't really see them, but I can see it off in the distance.
Saratoga
Clear
491,
skies, not a
contact
cloud
John Wayne Tower,
in the
126.8.
We're only about 500 feet away from our cruise of 7,500, where I'll probably go ahead and turn on the autopilot once we get there. We're still hand flying it right now, joysticking it.
Saratoga 491, contact John Wayne Tower.
But yeah, it's just been really frustrating not
126.8.
being able to get it figured out. I've been wanting to finish this. I wanted to get this finished like a month ago, so I'm excited to finally finish up the CAT ratings, and I've met a few people since I've done it. And I've also looking forward to doing the I think it's called the I ratings, which is funny because iRacing, which I also do on my channel, has a system called I ratings. So sometimes when I think about that, I'm like, I rating? Yo, wait, this is iRacing? No, I rating for Pilotedge. So looking forward to getting to that. Looking forward to doing some VFR type aircraft too. Probably still do some of these smaller VFR aircraft, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So let's go ahead and turn on the autopilot here. I'm gonna go to flight director, yaw damper, nav mode, and autopilot is on. So now the aircraft is following the GPS that I set up over here. There it is. You also can see the terrain, which is pretty cool. See, we can change the range. I don't think that we haven't got to our first waypoint yet, so we still got a ways to go. Flying solo today. I think last time we had some people in here. I don't remember. We want to watch our fuel levels down here too, because I think we should be good. We should have plenty of fuel, period. But just in case, we could switch this from left to right, and that'll switch to tanks every once in a while. It also helps to do that to keep it even. But for now, I guess we'll just enjoy the view until we hear ATC calling us again. We've got our AC on. Turn it on high because it's hot up here.
Cirrus 16 Bravo, contact Point Mogo approach 124.7.
1247, November 116 Bravo.
Southwest 16, contact Los Angeles Center 133.55.
1247, 1247. Alright. Mogu approach, November 116 Bravo, level at 7,500.
November 116 Bravo, Point Mogo approach, Camarillo altimeter 2995.
995 for 16 Bravo. Alright, cool. Altimeter has not
Southwest
changed.
16, contact Los Angeles Center.
We're now on mogul
133,
approach on
0.55.
1247. And just enjoying the view right now, man. Love it. This is my favorite part about aviation, just the view. I'm using Ortho 4XP for scenery. I've pretty much mapped out all of Southern California up to San Francisco and some of the Washington area up the north.
22 Whiskey Canyon Ground. Good afternoon, standby.
Beautiful, beautiful scenery. I'll tell you, it definitely changes the game. Like, if you just fly over regular default X-plane scenery, it doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look horrible. But if you compare it to
Southwest
this,
16,
like,
Los Angeles
it
Center,
doesn't.
Roger,
It
climbing
doesn't
maintain,
compare.
flight level 360.
Does not compare. Being able to fly over these beautiful mountains, and I'm actually running out of space. Yeah, I need to.
Whiskey, go ahead.
I need to get me a
request.
bigger hard drive to so I can fit more scenery. So I'm pretty much maxed out. I still have a lot of places that I want to build. I have a terabyte hard drive, external hard drive that I use for my ortho scenery like this.
November 22 Whiskey, Roger, departure frequency 124.85.
And I want more. I do.
Squawk 2101.
Well, guys, I
Delta
I figured out why
via Bravo within this frequency. Let's see.
why I couldn't hear the aircraft sounds, and that is because I had the aircraft sounds turned down like all the way on X-plane. I've been flying some different planes where it has like an external engine, like the Coronado planes. You could actually change the engine sounds from the actual like plane itself, but this plane I guess uses the X-plane default. So I had my exterior engine sounds turned down. So sorry about that, but the first half of the flight is going to be silent. So now we got engine sounds. Finally. I was wondering why it was so freaking low. I was like, what the heck? But anyways, we got to figure it out. Still out here enjoying the view. We're just about halfway there. We just passed the Dino waypoint that we talked about in our briefing.
November 22 Whiskey, say position on the field.
So right now we are flying over Oxnard, Camarillo, and Point Mugu, whatever it's called. A bunch of places that I'm pretty sure nobody's ever heard of, including me. But we did fly over Ventura. Maybe that's something familiar to anybody. I don't know. But so yeah, we have about, I would say, I don't know, 30, 40 miles, probably 40 miles to go. Should be there in no time though. But yeah, and I know I talk about this like every flight for the VFR training on the Pilotedge server, but I'm just excited because I really haven't been doing any other flights on Pilotedge except for the CAT rating flights so far. I want to kind of finish that before I get into doing my own flights, because I have a lot of FSE flights sim economy stuff that I want to do, and I also have a lot of stuff I want to show you guys, and I can't wait to show you guys in the future once we finish up the series and do some more Pilotedge VFR flying in my own aircraft. For Blue Arrow charters. I just can't wait to show you guys. I have some new partnerships happening. A lot of things happening with Blue Arrow charters. Buying our first aircraft. I actually bought my second aircraft. I paid off my first one. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of updates I want to talk to you guys about. And I want to do that on Pilotedge, so I haven't really talked about it yet, haven't really done any live streams about it yet, because I want to save it for a special flight that I want to do on Pilotedge. So looking forward to that. Hopefully that'll come very, very soon. But only, what, 9, 10, only like, after this flight we'll have 3 flights left. Yeah, I was just counting on my fingers. But we only have like 3 flights left after the CAT-08 until we finish. Uh-oh, there's that sun again. Until we finish our CAT ratings, and we can say we are officially CAT rated on Pilotedge server. And it's cool because before Pilotedge, and I'm gonna probably talk about this again when we do the CAT-11, but before Pilotedge, I have always kind of been afraid, to be honest, afraid of doing VFR flights, because I just didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know any of the procedures. I didn't know how to fly into Class Charlie airspaces, Class Bravo airspaces, which is what we'll be doing next flight, I believe. So yeah, It'll be good stuff. But thank you guys so much for all your comments and supporting this series. It is greatly appreciated. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm just enjoying the view here. This right here is why I love flying in Southern California. It's such a diverse
16, I show you a
like
bit low there.
terrain
But if I'm using 299
in Southern California. I
as
mean, I
your
could fly in a lot of
setting
places.
and
I know
safe flight level.
Pilotedge is mainly here, but I could fly in a lot of places. I love flying here because one, I have built all the scenery, and two, because it's just there's mountains. I love mountains. There's beach. I love beach. And then they even have like, you know, flatlands and different things like that. Desert, all that. It's not very far from each other, so it's just such a nice, diverse terrain all in one area. And that's why I like flying out here. But we will branch out and fly some other places. So don't worry. We're not only limited to flying in Southern California. Pilotedge does have a western expansion where we can get, I think, as far as Denver, which I do have a flight that I want to do out there. So as long as you guys keep supporting the channel, that will allow me to be able to upgrade my Pilotedge subscription so that I can fly to places like that.
Los Angeles Center,
Not sure what airport that is right there off our right wing.
American 1210.
We will be flying directly over Van Nuys.
Wind 210 at 9.
So we could actually start descending down to as low as 3,500, which I believe we will do. We'll go ahead and set our altitude for that exactly. He told us to maintain VFR, so we don't have to stay at 7,500. We're not flying IFR, so we can kind of like play around with what altitude we want to fly at. So that's the good thing about flying VFR. You have that freedom. There it is. And I believe this plane does have IAS mode. Yeah, so we are 30 miles out. So let's go ahead and start descending down to 3,500. How about that? Alright, switching on to IAS mode, which is like speed mode.
Skyhawk 9875,
and we'll pull back on the throttle a little bit.
Make straight into runway 29,
and the aircraft should start
to
descending to maintain 133 knots. And remember, we just have to stay above 3,000 feet so that we don't end up in the Van Nuys Delta airspace. Other than that, we should be just perfectly fine. So right now we're descending about 400 feet per minute. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit more. We're not slow it down, bring the throttle back a little bit more so that we can have a bit steeper of a descent. We're at 41% power. Look at that. You know what? I took a look at. Oh, look, there's traffic right there.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys can see that. Might be too small. Right off our nose. Not sure what
Cessna
that
2,
is.
Papa Zulu runway 30 right, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, I can't tell what kind of aircraft that is, but that is traffic. We need to be careful though, because these mountains go up to, I believe, about 5,400. So I think we're good now. We're at 6,000, so we should be about 1,000 foot above that. Our airport's going to be on the other side of these mountains. But we're descending down to 3,000.
Cirrus 16 Bravo, contact local approach 134.2.
1342, November 116 Bravo. 1342.
Airport Burbank information X-ray. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind 150 at 7. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 23. Dew point 12. Altimeter 2991.
SoCal approach November 116 Bravo at 5,000, descending down to 3,500 with information X-ray.
November 116 Bravo, circle approach, roger, Van Nuys Airport, 12 o'clock and 7 miles, Bob Hope Airport, 12 o'clock and 14 miles, report both inside.
We'll report the field in sight, November 116 Bravo. So he was letting us know that Van Nuys is at our 12 o'clock, which is directly ahead of us, and that the Burbank Airport was about 14 miles ahead of us. So we'll continue our descent. We're just over 1,000 feet away. We got information X-ray, which gave us 299.1 for the altimeter, and we'll use that until told otherwise. No more traffic in sight at the moment. And
American 1210.
so far, so good. Like I said, we'll stay above
128.1.
3,000 as we pass the Van Nuys Airport, and we'll find out, hopefully from approach or somebody, which runway to expect at Van Nuys. I mean, at Burbank. Getting ready to fly over Van
Cessna
Nuys now.
212 Papa Zulu, Bakersfield Tower, right, downwind departure approved. Wind 270 at 7, gust 17, runway 230 right.
There
Good
she
to know.
is.
Cirrus 16 Bravo, Bob Hope Airport, 12 o'clock and 6 miles.
12 o'clock and 6 miles. Field in sight, November 116 Bravo.
November 16 Bravo, make straight into runway 8, contact Burbank Tower 118.7.
118.7, November 116 Bravo. Alright, switch over. Find out what runway we're going to be getting. Burbank Tower, November 116 Bravo, about 6 miles west, full stop landing.
November 116 Bravo, Burbank Tower, runway 8, clear to land, wind 150 at 8.
Runway 8 to the land, November 116 Bravo. Alright, so runway 8 is the one directly freaking ahead of us right now. I don't think we're going to make that. Ooh, that's going to be a dive. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to go autopilot off. This is completely the wrong thing
Cessna
to
2
do.
Papa Zulu, contact departure.
There we go. Oh man, this is bad. This is so bad. Alright, we should be out of the Van Nuys airspace now, and I'm going to have to make a 360 here,
Cessna 212 Papa Zulu, contact departure.
because we are not going to make that landing. Burbank Tower, November 116 Bravo. We're too high for the approach. Gonna have to go around.
November 116 Bravo, roger, make right traffic to runway 8.
For right traffic, runway 8, November 116 Bravo. Alright, I think that
American
was
1210,
the
advise when you have Los
responsible
Angeles weather.
thing to do.
Expect ILS, runway 25, left approach.
So we definitely came in high. I could have dove it in there, and I was like, you know what? Let's just not do that today. So we're gonna go ahead and fly runway heading here for a little bit, directly over the airport as we lose altitude, and we'll make right traffic, which is gonna be a right traffic pattern here for runway 8 once we get to the end.
American 1210, affirmative, advise when
That
you
is
have Los
my
Angeles
plan.
weather. Expect ILS, runway 25,
And
left
also
approach.
get our speed down, because that would have been an impossible landing right there for sure. Let's go ahead and make that right turn. And we'll level off here around 1,000
American 1210,
feet.
expect ILS, runway 25, left approach.
And track radar is acting up again. Yeah, honestly, it gets really annoying. I love track IR, and I definitely recommend it for people who do like flight sims and racing sims, things like that. It's kind of like the next best thing before VR. I don't have VR, but I really do enjoy using track IR, especially for like DCS World and combat simulators. I even use it for Arma. It actually works very, very well. But make sure if you do get one that you don't have a light source or like
November 212, Papa Zulu, Bakersfield Tower.
or
Radar
like
check.
a big window with the reflections and things like that behind you, because that's what my issue is right now. So it's best if I do it these flights early in the morning when the sun is on the other side of my house, or if I do it at night when there is no sun.
212 Papa Zulu with your 1,500 feet. 212 Papa Zulu.
I'm gonna turn our right
Cessna
downwind.
2 Papa Zulu, roger, I think you missed a couple of calls there. Contact departure 118.8.
There's the airport off our right wing.
Contact departure.
Semi-truck down there on the street.
118.8, 212 Papa Zulu. Sorry, that didn't come across on the radio.
Roger, no worries. November 16 Bravo, runway 8, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land. 16 Bravo. Alright, we'll try to maintain our altitude here. Alright, sun has gone away. I can turn track IR back on. There we go. I like it. I like track IR because I can actually look around the cockpit and
American 12
get a better visual of my surroundings and everything. So we're clear to land whenever we are ready. There's no other traffic in the pattern. Trying to get a good visual of the airport. Find out where
Cessna
runway
212
8
Papa
is.
Zulu, Bakersfield departure, ready contact.
Watch out for any towers and things like that. There's runway 8 right there. We can turn for a short final here. I'll go ahead and do that. Turn base for runway 8. We are clear to land, so there's no other commands that we need to say on the radio. Go flaps 1 on our base leg. Kind of follow this street here. You can see that. I like to use some kind of visual reference when I'm in the pattern, especially when the airport unfamiliar. And alright, I see it. Go flaps 2. And I think there's only 2 settings. Yeah, there's only 50% flaps and approach. So we're on approach flaps. I don't remember what the exact landing speed is. I think it's somewhere around 75, 80. That's what I'm going to shoot for.
American 1210,
high
circle
on the
approach.
approach.
American 1210
One
North,
red,
depart Seal Beach, heading
2
340,
reds.
back to the final approach course.
Bit of a crosswind there. The rudder. And that's a whole lot better than the CAT-07 was. I'll take that. Welcome to Burbank, guys. Alright, manual braking, and we'll take this exit right here. That's going to put us on Charlie.
American 1210, descend and maintain 5000.
Charlie 7. And we'll go past the whole short line and stop. I'm not sure where our parking spot is today.
November 16 Bravo, that's a pass on your CAT-08. Taxi to parking via Charlie, remain this frequency, we'll see you.
Thank you, sir. Taxi via Charlie. Remain with you. November 16 Bravo. And we pass for the CAT-08. That is what I like to hear. It's been a while since I heard that. Alright, let's continue taxi on Charlie. Well, it was a good flight. Good to be back, guys. Can't wait to do our CAT-9. We've passed for the CAT-8. And we will continue. Make sure that I'm trying to knock these last 3 VFR flights out. And we'll go ahead and shut the engines off. But first, we'll pull the parking brake all the way back. And there it is. Go ahead and open the doors. Alright. Well, guys, thank you so much. Remember, you got 3 choices. Give up, give in, or give it all you got. I'll see you guys next flight. Peace, love, and God bless you.